Life is too short. Sex at 17. Thinking I'm getting his attention when in fact he literally is not even looking at me. It's annoying. I literally don't know how to deal with it. Holy shit, that's so right. It's my bone structure, bro. Ugh. Why did I do that? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been MIA from social media lately. I found it was most appropriate to take a break from everything and focus on the more important aspects of life. I really think it's important that we educate ourselves on why Black Lives Matter, not just today or tomorrow, but for many years to come, and why we really need to help make a change and fight racial injustice in this country. That's why I'm going to be leaving resources on ways you can help out in my description, as well as all over my social media platforms that I highly encourage you guys to check out. Today's video is going to be a girl talk video. That's why I'm in my bed. We're like comfortable and cozy. We're wearing hoodies. I even have a bowl of grapes, so I really want this to feel like we're at a sleepover and you're just talking to your girlfriends, because honestly, I need this more than you guys do probably. I asked you guys to ask me these questions on my Instagram, so if you want to be included in the future girl talk videos, be sure to follow me on there. And with that being said, let's answer some questions. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. Advice for making friends and making the most out of my last 2 years of high school. This kind of makes me sad because now I'm a senior and I only have 1 year of high school left, and I might not even be attending school in the fall because of COVID. So if I had known any of this was gonna happen, I would have completely acted differently than I did in like freshman or sophomore or even junior year. I think it's good that you are kind of aware that it's the last 2 years of your school and you want to make the most out of it. So I would just honestly go with the classic saying, you only live once. I would encourage you to take the risk. Life is too short. High school is only 4 years. It goes by so fast. My advice for you would be to say yes to everything and keep an open mind. Obviously that doesn't mean like, yeah, I'll do some heroin with you. Like, no. Make sure that you're willing to do it, and I would encourage you to go out of your comfort zone, because you truly only live once. You literally are only 16 and 17 and 18 and 19, however old you are. You're only that age once, and when you are older and you look back to these memories, do you want to be like, oh, I regret not doing that? Or do you want to be like, I'm so glad I did that. Like, that was literally one of the best times of my life. You know, just kind of think of it from that perspective. What do you think about sex at 17? Honestly, I really don't think that sex has an age. If you want to do it with someone and you're comfortable with them and you like them and it's consensual and you're safe, all is good. Like, do whatever you want. Just make sure that you're not going to do something that you're going to regret later. But other than that, you're good. Do whatever you want. You don't need me telling you what to do. I'm too uncomfortable to ask anyone how to use a tampon. What should I do? There's 2 ways you can solve this issue. Number 1, I think you should realize that any girl you ask this to probably went through the same exact thought process that you are going through right now. And honestly, looking back at it, there's literally nothing to be embarrassed about, because you're genuinely just asking a question and they do the same exact thing. Like, it's the same thing as asking your friend how to like curl your lashes. Like, does she not curl her lashes? Like, yeah, she does. So obviously she knows it. And like, why would she be like, huh, you don't know how to curl your lashes? Like, that's not what's gonna happen. But if you really do not want to ask someone about it, there's videos on YouTube. Obviously they're not like graphic. They don't like literally show you, but it's like a painting. There's videos on YouTube. There's instructions on the box. Or you can just figure it out on your own, which is pretty sure what I did. I don't recommend doing that, because you put it in wrong and you don't feel comfortable, and then you go like a month thinking that you've been using it the right way when you have not been. So I don't recommend figuring it out on your own. I would definitely recommend asking a friend, which is the best way to go. Do you stress over never having a boyfriend or haven't done much with boys? I do help. I'm 17 years old and I've never had a boyfriend. Honestly, I would be fine if everyone stopped rubbing it in my face. What is with that? Like, even my parents do it, and it's kind of just like, I'm well aware you don't, like, literally this happened yesterday. I was petting my dog, calling him my love. My dad comes into the room and he goes,
maybe it's time you found an actual love instead of calling this dog your love.
And then walked away. What was the question? I just got heated for a second. I do stress over it, but then again, I also think to myself, like, what is there to stress over? Because let's say I rush into it. Let's say I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find a boyfriend. ass out the first guy that I see, how, like, I wouldn't even enjoy that. And I just think that everything has a time. Everything will come when it's right, and maybe right now just isn't my time, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm kind of leaving it all to the universe and letting the universe do its thing. And also, every single one of my friends have told me that they got into a relationship when they least expected it. Everyone has told me this. So I think it's kind of pointless stressing over something that might not even happen by you stressing over it. I'm also kind of glad that I've never forced myself to be in a relationship just because I want a boyfriend, or like just because I like the idea of a boyfriend, because I know that I'm the type of person to regret it like within seconds of doing it. So I don't want to live with regrets. So we're letting time do its thing. And we're not stressing over something that we cannot control. How do you know if you like him as a friend or something more? Ooh. I think if you're constantly thinking about someone and thinking about, oh, what would they do in this situation? Or how would they react? Or I don't know, just constantly like having their perspective on the back of your mind. Maybe this is just me, or maybe this is all girls, but let's say I'm in a friend group and we're all hanging out, and then there's this one person that I want to like impress, or that I like. I will do things, like little things, to catch his attention, but then again, like maybe it's just me in my head thinking I'm getting his attention when in fact he literally is not even looking at me. When you catch yourself trying to do those little things, that's when you know that you like him a little bit more than a friend. Overthinking about every single little thing. If this isn't me, I'm the biggest overthinker. I don't know if this has something to do with like your zodiac sign, but I'm the biggest overthinker. I'm a Pisces. Let me know if like Pisces and overthinkers are like in the same boat. My overthinking has gotten in the way of so many opportunities, and it just sucks because I'm aware that it's happening, but I also can't stop it. And it's annoying. I literally don't know how to deal with it. Since we're on the topic of like guys, I'm gonna continue talking about that. If there's like one single flaw, or like one cringy thing, or like one thing that I can't stand, I just like immediately overthink it, and then it's just like crossed out. Like it's just like boy bye. I don't know why I do that. Someone please tell me why I do that, and someone please tell me how to fix that, because I seriously, like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like one single thing and then they'll be ruined in my head. I think it's partly society's fault that people have high standards as well, because we're constantly comparing other people. And it's so fucked up. We really should not be doing it. So whenever I catch myself doing that, I'll be like, stop. No one's perfect. You can't compare anyone to anything. You cannot find a perfect guy. Everyone has flaws, and you just need to accept it and be okay with it. And that's kind of like the mental note that I tell myself. I won't be able to give you an effectiveness % on that though. Just a little heads up. Why do we feel insecure around other females? I think a reason that we might feel like insecure and like compare ourselves with other girls is because on a gender level, we're equals. But everything other than that, like all the other differences that you might have with another girl, is just completely based on like your genes or your looks or your weight or your personality or like anything. It's just like you could be the same, but like you're not. So I think that's why we might like compare ourselves with other girls. I hope that makes sense. I feel like as humans, we have this like need to conform and to like be similar. And so when your genders are similar, but everything else is different, you're kind of just like, what the frick? Why are we different? So you get like really insecure and you're like, it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like that. But I think we need to get out of our caveman like heads, because we no longer need that. Comparison is the thief of joy. I will live by that, and comparing yourself to other people is absolutely pointless. You will not achieve anything. You can use other people as motivation, which I think is a smart way to turn that insecurity around and that comparison around. We tend to compare ourselves with people we see on social media, and here's the thing, they're only putting what they want you to see. It's not like they're going about like posting their flaws and insecurities. They're not doing that. Like, you don't even know this person that you're comparing yourself to, so why are you doing that? It's just not good. Don't do it. How do you deal with boys when they find you intimidating / scary? Now this is my shit. If you like someone but they find you intimidating and they don't really initiate anything, you need to make the first move or nothing will ever happen, and you just need to accept that fact. I know it's like threatening and it's just so scary and just so frightening to like even approach someone, But like, honestly, you just gotta do it. You just gotta push yourself to do it, because after you've done it, it boosts your confidence so much. Like, your confidence level could be over here, and then here's gonna be at the Empire State Building. Like, it just goes up, like, wha-bam. Even if you get rejected, here's the thing, you know that you made the first step. That alone boosts your confidence so much that no amount of rejection can ever lower. Guys like a girl that's confident, so it's like kind of a win-win. You get to boost your confidence and you get the guy. What more could you ask? How do you stay body positive, like with stretch marks and stuff? I think it was freshman year, I found out that I had stretch marks and I was like, oh my god, like, oh my god. And then I like did this research and I was trying to like get rid of them, and I bought like these expensive ass creams. They don't do anything, by the way. Can we just say that they don't ever work? You need to realize how normal that it is. Like, every single person on this planet has stretch marks. Even the skinniest models like Alexis Ren, like, she has stretch marks. Every single Victoria's Secret model, they have stretch marks. It's completely normal. So we need to stop acting like stretch marks and hip dips and all these other things, that they're these like insecurities and flaws that no one else has except for like 5% of the population. Like, no. Why can't people just become aware of that? And also, it's kind of interesting that I was on social media and I realized that people were saying, oh, like, I didn't even know hip dips were an insecurity until people started labeling them as that. And I was like, holy shit, that's so right. I have had hip dips my whole life. I've never thought anything about them until society decided that it was an insecurity to have hip dips. It's my bone structure, bro. What do you want me to do? Get surgery and fix it? Like, no. So we need to stop acting like all of these things are so like out of the blue and like extraordinary. Like, no, they're completely normal, and we need to start normalizing them instead of acting like they're the fucking black sheep. No. All I have to say, I love my best friend for 2 years, but I don't want to ruin our friendship. He's popular, so he can't like me probably. Okay, gonna give you some of my bad bitch vibes virtually from the internet. Number 1, if he's your best friend, he probably already likes you or you wouldn't be best friends. Popularity does not mean shit. I would advise against doing anything with your best friend. Not a good path to go through. 99% of the time, it will ruin your friendship and you will just end up with like a big fat, ugh, why did I do that? I'm gonna try to illustrate this for you as best as I can. Here's your mindset when you see someone as your best friend. Here's your mindset when you see someone as more than a friend. Completely different mindsets, right? Yeah, they're different. See, I'm the type of person who will cross someone out after one little cringy thing or like one little bad thing that I don't like, but that only happens when I'm in this kind of mindset. So if you're moving your best friend from this mindset to this mindset, you're going through the risk of literally ruining your best friend in your mind. That's not a risk you should be willing to take. Unless you're completely normal and you don't do that one little flaw and I'm out. If you don't have that mentality, then like go for it. But if you do, stay away from that mindset. It will only ruin your friendship. All I have to say about that. Is it necessary for a complete teenage experience to date someone? No. Oh my god, I really hate how this like new main character thing is becoming a trend. It is the most BS thing I've ever heard. You do not need to have a boyfriend in order to have the full teenage experience. That is not true, and I'm not just saying this because I've never had a boyfriend. I really just think that it's like so pointless because there's no teenage experience. Like, it's just your life. Live it how you want to live it. If you don't want a boyfriend, you don't need to get one, and that can't stop you from having like your teenage experience. Like, that is such BS, and I really hate this whole I'm a main character, you're a side character, you're an extra. Like, that is, no, that we're not doing that. Why is that becoming a trend? None of us are main characters. This is your movie. You're the only star in the movie. You're the only character. The only role that was given is you. So do it how you want to live it. I think the last answer also answers this question that says, I'm 17 and haven't dated anyone ever. I feel like it's becoming embarrassing. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's no age to this. There's literally no age to this. Think about it this way. Let's say you had a boyfriend. Some people are gonna be like, she belongs to the streets. Oh, she's a slut. Like, they're gonna start slut shaming others. And then let's say you've never even had a boyfriend. Some people are gonna be like, oh my god, she's so prude. Like, ew. You can never satisfy other people, so stop trying to. Everyone's gonna have an opinion on you no matter what you do. who you do it with, where you do it, when you do it. Everyone's always gonna have their 2 cents, like everyone. And it's frustrating, but they're always gonna have it. So when are we gonna stop focusing on their opinions and start focusing on how we can not let them affect us so much? Because it really is irrelevant. If you don't feel like you're ready, if you don't feel like you want to date someone, if you've never had a boyfriend, that's fine. That's your choice to make, and don't feel embarrassed of it, because the time will come when it's right. It will come when it's right. Do you use any intimate wash? I think intimate wash is like referring to products like Summer's Eve and like Down There soaps. I highly would advise against that. You really don't need any of that like Summer's Eve BS. Like that shit is so bad for you. That's gonna harm you even more. Your hoo-ha, your hoo-ha is actually self-cleansing, so you don't really need to use any of those products. But if you really want to, I think like the Dove, the very basic like fragrance-free ones, use those like once a week. I think that's like the recommended. But if you really want like a professional opinion on this, you could look it up on the internet. And I'm pretty sure they can give you way better advice than me, a 17-year-old girl who literally gets their information from TikTok, can tell you. That was the last question. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I had a lot of fun. It was a very comfy girl session. I just told you basically majority of our secrets and our f***ed up heads, but that's fine. That's okay. Girls, please forgive me. If you want to be a part of the next Girl Talk videos, be sure to follow me on Instagram. And I love you guys so much. I will see you next week. Bye, guys.